Right, let's do a take two of this because I realised I was trying to do this entire story about uh, my sound patch and how I created it and how I lost it, but then praying to God made it come back again. And all the time I did that, I only had like the window focus. So if I just OBS, you stay there. Right now, I've only got one display with me, so let's just see that. Yep, that's fine. Okay, so now lean in so I can actually see what I'm doing. I'm not at home when I'm doing this video, see? Yep, that alright, that's good. Right. Everything is now working and I can explain about this patch and how I got there, how I lost it, completely lost it, and then I pray to God, and then it's just, I think it's for like a few months I stopped using the sound editor. I mean, if I used the sound editor, it would have shown up. But the thing is, this is on my synth. This Harkonnen He, by the way, is short for Harkonnen Helicopter. And I'm sure some of the more nerdy amongst my viewers will go, but in the Dune universe there are no helicopters, there's ornithopters. I know, that's the idea. Which is why I've done a song called An Ornithopter Through Your Mind, which bears no resemblance whatsoever to Borzicander's An Eagle in Your Mind. Uh, oh, I laugh about that, it makes me laugh. So this is not the original patch, and because I'm not at home, I can't plug my synth into the computer, so you can't hear sounds and that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the microphone to my headphone, and you're going to hear a crappy rendition of it. So without further ado, let's have a listen, shall we? Right, and there we go. Now, what have you just heard there? What you have just heard is a mixture of a square wave oscillator with this bit, which is is it a unique feature to the microkorg? Answers on the postcard, please. Maybe you can tell me. Or actually, this waveform LFO1 mod innit is actually something that's well known and established. I don't know. So you got that sound, and as you can see, that is set to a total of 80. I think this goes up to a max 127 because these are 8-bit values. Then you have triangle with ring modulation. Now, as I'm editing this sound from the computer, I can't do it from the synth. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to choose the different sounds, and then you'll hear what ring modulation sounds like with it on and off, and also sync modulation. So, ring modulation. No modulation. I quite like that sound. Sync, yeah. And finally, ring and sync. There we go. And I hope now you can appreciate why I really like the sound of the ring modulation, because it's got this gritty sound to it, which really, when I hear it, it's like scratching an itch I didn't know I had. But this isn't the original patch which I've used in the songs A Walk to the Siege and An Avalanche of Sand. Oh, and by the way, when I did my prayer to God, I was like, God, I would be very appreciative if you would help me recreate or find this patch again, because I don't know how to do it. It's like, oh, don't get greedy, mate. But I wish I said, God, I really wish I knew how to recreate what notes I played during A Walk to the Siege, because I want to do a longer version. And I want to do a longer version where I've recorded the MIDI notes I'm playing, so that I can have the computer just send back via MIDI sequencer to the synth, playing that whilst I'm doing something on top. or even just a case of I record the audio and then I put it into one of those like dreadful digital audio workstations, where it feels more like doing stuff with a spreadsheet than actual music. Record one melody there, and then record something on top of it. Because I think that would, because I really can sort of hear like, yeah, you got the low ends, but you really need a high end as well. Something to fill out the spectrum. I like a more complete sound. But multi-track compositions will have to come later, it seems. But anyway, this is not the original patch. Why is it not the original patch, Hobbit? Well, you see, my good friend came over, and when he did, I realised, I said, well, look, I quite like this filter cut off. I'm quite happy with how much you see, this is 7 semitones down from that. Therefore, that sounds out of place, and I really, really like that sound. So I thought, well, I don't really need to fiddle with it. So what if I have the modulation wheel doing the filter cutoff, which is this bit here? And I thought, is that the filter cutoff? Yeah, it is, isn't it? I quite like that. Or is this filter cutoff? I don't bloody know. But anyway, point being is, let's just make sure you are seeing what I'm saying. I've only got one display, you see, so it's making me anxious to like, is this recording? Am I doing it right? So I edited this patch, and yeah, I like it, but I want the original, and I didn't save the original. Well, I've done screenshots of it. But it's in an email. They don't have access to it, and I'm not about to start looking up emails on this video because that'd be a bit doxy. So let's just go. It wouldn't be a bit doxy. It'd be very doxy. There's no noise. Absolutely no noise on the original. I like noise because, especially with playing with a filter cutoff, it sounds like wind. And then the modulation wheel doesn't control that. It controls oscillator control 1. No, it doesn't. But what happens if I do that? Let's just have a listen. Nothing really interesting happens, so I'm not even going to share the sound with you. Let's try oscillator 2. Tune. Oh, yeah, that's it. And I think that's it. So, right. I can't save the file. And, well, this is I say brand new computer. It's a fresh install. It's all that. So, Korg, why can't I not save this to file? Why have you got this feature there and it's greyed out? This is 2 computers I've tried it on now. Is it a Mac only? Is it a Linux only feature? I don't know. Why can't I do it on Windows? I mean, even on Korg's own website, they say, well, look, if you have trouble with the microkorg sound editor, use MIDIOX, which is a third-party program. I thought, oh, okay, not the piece of software you made bespoke for your musical instrument. Well, I want to write this to the device, and I'm going to call this Harkonnen OG for original, Harkonnen OG. And let me think. I quite like the sound of 66. Was it 65 I wasn't too keen about? Mind you, that's only a factory preset, so if ever I got sad, I could just... well, I can't save these to file, can I? But... yeah. Can I press a button here? Will that work? Do I want to get rid of 65? Quite like 65. 66 is a bit interesting as well. What about 64? Alright, I'll get rid of 65 because it's doing a kind of similar thing, but it's not very interesting. So, we're going to write this to the device, and this is going to take up slot A65. Okay, so MIDI transferring, and that's it. So now I've got Harkonnen OG, and I've got Harkonnen He. And yeah, I think that'll do it for now. That's there's a video. The OBS logo does remind me a lot of the logo of Lex. I'm not sure if you've ever seen that piece of science fiction. Science fantasy, I think, is more like, I did like that show, and it wasn't just because of the tits on it. It's a good show, it was. Yeah, so that's it really. It's just a case of I wanted to show people a sound patch, what I done made. Some of you may find it interesting. Some of you go, why are you showing such an elementary thing? Well, as I said on Brutus's stream, before I got stuck into this, I like making music, but I'm not that good a musician. No. However, as fun as making music is going, oh, that's an interesting sound. Let's try. Oh yeah, that's a pretty cool tune. So the thing is, the nice thing with the synth is not only are you making music, which is ostensibly, that's the shop front. The back end of it, the warehouse, is like, oh, how do I make that sound? How do I make this sound? And that's a lot of fun, and I enjoy that. And when I get back home, and I've got my VCV rack set up with my lovely sound card, I'm going to plug the synth back in, and I'm going to have a lot of fun with the filter cut off and foot pedals. That said, I do have a PlayStation 4 controller here, so maybe tomorrow, if I feel so inclined, I shall plug it in, because I've got VCV rack on this computer, I just haven't used it much, and we'll try using the PlayStation 4 controller as a MIDI USB device and see what we can do. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'm still around, I'm just not at home. Yeah, I'm still around. How do I stop this? Oh, it's the light grey one, isn't it? So let's just stop.